Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's English question, the podcast where we explore one question at a time to help you expand your English vocabulary. I'm your host, Peter.
And I'm Kim. We're here to talk about everyday topics, people, and maybe even help you learn something about yourself along the way.
That's right, Kim. Today, we're focusing on a very practical question. What do you need for daily conversations?
This is such an important topic, Peter. Many English learners know grammar and vocabulary, but they struggle with the actual flow of conversation.
Absolutely. And that's why we're going to cover 20 essential phrases that will help make your daily conversations smoother and more natural.
We'll explain each phrase, what it means, when to use it, and give you practical examples. Remember, everyone, we'll speak slowly and give you time to process each phrase, just like in a classroom setting.
So get comfortable, maybe grab a notebook, and let's dive into these phrases that will transform your everyday English conversations.
Let's start with the most basic conversation opener. How are you?
Such a simple phrase, but so important. How are you is used to start a conversation in a polite and friendly way. It shows you're interested in the other person.
That's right. And the most common response is, I'm good, thanks. And you? This is a natural and friendly way to respond and keep the conversation going by asking the same question back.
You know, Kim, I remember when I was traveling in Japan and I met someone learning English who would always answer, how are you, with a detailed description of their day.
Oh no. Well, that's technically answering the question. It's not really how native speakers use this phrase, is it?
Not at all. It's more of a greeting than a real question about your well-being. Let's pause here for a moment so our listeners can think about how they typically respond to how are you.
Great. Now let's move on to our next phrase. Excuse me. This is used either to get someone's attention or to pass by someone politely.
Right. Like when you need to ask a stranger for directions, you might say, excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the train station?
Or if you're trying to move past someone in a crowded place, excuse me, I need to get through.
I actually used this phrase 3 times yesterday at the grocery store. The aisles were so crowded with the weekend shoppers.
I can relate. Let's give our listeners a moment to think about situations where they might use excuse me.
Our next phrase is very useful when you don't hear something clearly. Could you repeat that, please?
This is so important for English learners. There's no shame in asking someone to repeat themselves if you didn't catch what they said.
Absolutely not. Even native speakers use this phrase all the time. Remember, listeners, it's better to ask for clarification than to pretend you understood.
And similarly, if you heard the words but didn't understand the meaning, you can say, could you explain it again?
That reminds me of when my nephew was trying to explain his video game to me. I had to use that phrase at least 5 times.
I bet you did. Those games are complicated. That's why this phrase is so handy. It specifically asks for an explanation, not just a repetition.
Let's give our listeners a moment to absorb these phrases.
Now, sometimes you might need to be even more direct about not understanding. That's when you can say, I'm sorry, I don't get what you said.
This is a bit more casual and direct. It clearly communicates that you're not following the conversation.
Peter, I remember using this phrase a lot when I first started learning about cryptocurrency. All those technical terms were so confusing.
I know what you mean. I still use it whenever anyone tries to explain blockchain to me.
Let's give our listeners a moment to think about situations where they might need to say, I don't get what you said.
Another essential phrase is, can you help me, please? This can be used in virtually any situation when you need assistance.
It's simple, direct, and polite. The perfect combination for getting help.
I used this phrase just last week when I couldn't figure out how to use the self-checkout at a new store. The staff was very helpful once I asked.
That's a perfect example. Let's give our listeners a moment to think about when they might need to ask for help.
For English learners specifically, this next phrase is incredibly useful. I'm still learning English, so could you speak more slowly?
I love this phrase because it's honest and gives people clear guidance on how to help you. Most people will be happy to slow down when they know you're learning.
Absolutely. Never be embarrassed to ask someone to slow down. It actually shows you're engaged and want to understand.
Let's pause here for a moment so our listeners can practice this important phrase.
Now let's talk about showing gratitude. The most common way is simply saying thank you.
Thank you is formal and polite, appropriate in virtually any situation from formal business settings to casual conversations.
And for a casual setting, you can simply say thanks.
This is what I use most of the time with friends, family, or in casual situations. Like when the barista hands me my coffee, I'll usually just say thanks.
Exactly. And when someone thanks you, one nice way to respond is my pleasure.
I love this phrase. It's so much warmer than just saying you're welcome. It shows that you were happy to help.
I agree. Let's give our listeners a moment to think about these expressions of gratitude.
Another way to express gratitude, especially when someone has made a special effort, is to say, I appreciate your effort.
This is perfect for acknowledging when someone has gone above and beyond for you, even if they weren't completely successful.
Like last month when my neighbor spent an hour trying to help me fix my printer. He couldn't solve the problem, but I still told him, I really appreciate your effort.
That was the perfect use of this phrase. Let's pause here for a moment.
Now let's move on to apologizing. When you've made a mistake or want to express sympathy, you can say, I'm so sorry.
This is for stronger or more emotional apologies. The so makes it more emphatic than just saying sorry.
For a more formal apology, especially in professional settings, you might say, I apologize.
This is common at work or in emails. It sounds more professional and a bit more serious.
And for very casual situations, especially for minor mistakes, you might hear, my bad.
I use this one all the time. Like yesterday when I sent Kim the wrong meeting link. My bad.
Yes, you did. And it was the perfect use of that phrase for a small, easily fixed mistake.
Similarly, you can say my mistake. This is a bit more formal than my bad, but still quite casual.
It's a good one to use when taking responsibility for an error, like if you gave someone incorrect information.
Let's give our listeners a moment to think about these different ways to apologize.
Sometimes you might feel awkward after making a mistake, and you can express this by saying, I'm embarrassed.
This shows you recognize your mistake and feel bad about it. It's quite honest and can help diffuse tension.
I remember using this phrase at a dinner party when I accidentally called someone by the wrong name all evening.
Oh no, that would definitely be embarrassing.
It was. Let's pause here for a moment.
Let's move on to expressing preferences. You might say, I prefer coffee to tea.
This is a clear way to express your personal preference between options.
And when you're ordering or requesting something, you can politely say, I would like a coffee, please.
This is much more polite than saying, give me a coffee or I want a coffee. The please at the end is essential.
Definitely. My mother always emphasized the importance of saying please when asking for something.
Mine too. Let's give our listeners a moment to think about expressing preferences and making requests.
Finally, when ending a conversation, you might say, it was nice talking to you.
This is a polite way to wrap up a conversation and show that you enjoyed the interaction.
It's especially useful when you need to end a conversation without seeming abrupt or rude.
And speaking of ending conversations, let's summarize what we've covered today.
We've gone through 20 essential phrases from everyday English conversations, from greetings like how are you to polite expressions like excuse me and thank you.
We've also covered phrases for clarification, asking for help, apologizing, expressing preferences, and ending conversations politely.
Remember, listeners, the key to becoming fluent in these phrases is practice. Try to use at least a few of them each day in your English conversations.
Absolutely. These phrases will help you navigate daily interactions with more confidence and fluency.
It was nice talking to you all today. See what I did there?
Very clever, Peter. And to all our listeners, thank you for joining us for today's English question.
We look forward to exploring another question with you next time. Until then, keep practicing your English.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye for now.